I feel like it's a good job if you have trouble standing still and need to keep busy. It's a very physical job, but the rewards are very good. Started off as a labourer, and then basically I just worked with, made a bit of a name for myself as a very good labourer, so I just sort of stuck with all the good ones. Learned from everybody I worked with, just kept learning and learning. Embassy eventually put me on all my tickets and got all my courses lined up, so once I got onto there, I went into the office and sort of said that I'm ready to sort of go on my own now. They put me out, and then yeah, the rest is sort of history. It's basically, the way that I see it is the black hat, it's like your own mini firm. So that when I turn up on a job, I'm running that situation. I'm running the job, I'm running the men, I'm liaising with the site manager, the health and safeties, everybody. And then I get all my men working, and then I liaise back onto the management. It's pretty much like you're running your own little mini firm. So it starts off as a COTS card, which is just a green card, which means you're allowed to go out on site and to work on the floor. And then you get a red card, trainee card, which means that you can now, with a scaffolder, allowed to do certain bits, but you have to be behind handrails and safety stuff. And then you get the blue card, which means you can technically go out and put TG20 scaffolding up, which is the top standard of scaffolding. And then you can get your gold card, which is the advanced, which is then you can do everything. That's taken me 6 years to get fully qualified. You can do it a lot quicker, but I wasn't in a rush to rush through it, or I wanted to actually learn the trade first. Well, I think that everything's sort of, like the rest of the world, is sort of just progressing in the right way. Everything's a lot more health and safety, and there's a lot more in place before you even start working, which is very good. Yeah, I think it's all going in the right direction. But the fundamental of scaffolding is that you have to get involved in it, you have to do it yourself. I've always said this, that scaffolding is very easy to learn, but it's hard to master. So you can learn the trade and put up any sort of job, but it's very hard to actually see the job in front of yourself and be able to do everything without actually thinking. It also becomes like muscle memory. There's no sort of thinking involved, everything just flows. So that's when I sort of think that you're up that level and you're sort of where you're meant to be. I mean, health and safety is the biggest thing. This is what we need. Otherwise, there's just carnage out there. So I believe that the health and safety at the moment is very good. It's enabling you to actually still do your job, do it well, fast, but staying safe. So price work is, the firm would line you up with a package and of a job. It would be, if you say you're doing houses, it would be you get a certain amount per property. If you're doing a block, you'd get a certain amount for the whole entire section. And your job is to do it as quick as you can, safely as you can, but earning as much money as possible. So if you're a very quick gang and you've got a very good team around you, you can knock a day that will take 10 days down to 5 days. And then we get 5 days money on top. So everybody has to do pretty much, I have a standard on all my works, and you have to hit the standard. If the standard ain't hit, then we go back over it. Nothing gets left until it's done properly. When I first started, it was never really a career. It was just more something to do right now. I needed money and I'm physical fit, so I thought, why not? Let's have a go. So it wasn't really a career, but it's definitely turned into a career for me. I've definitely seen more of a light, and you can progress in any direction you want to go in. If I wanted to go down to health and safety SEBS route, I can go down that route. If I wanted to go manager route, I can start running my own division and running my own this and that. You pretty much, it's so wide, you can progress in any direction. But just starting off as a tradesman is key. Give it time. Don't come in and think you're going to achieve everything within 6 months. So actually progress, give yourself some time, get yourself around some good people, learn, always learn. Gain your experience, and yeah, hopefully you'll find your path. Well, there was a massive outbreak when everyone basically wanted to become a YouTuber or make loads of money on social media, and nothing to do with being actually grafting for your money anymore. That sort of died out a bit, but I feel like it is coming back. Do you know what I mean? Social media can't last forever. There's always scaffolding. I feel like training is good because it obviously gives you the confidence to become a competent person, so then you'll feel more qualified, so therefore you've got that behind you. It helps everyone around me in the sense of, if I know that he's got a Part 2 card, then I'm I can trust him to do things. If he's got a labourer's card, okay, you're going to stay with me today, I'm going to keep you on my heels, see what you've got, and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, learning is key. So I actually updated myself, I think it was during lockdown actually, but I felt like I was losing grips of where the industry was going. It was going into a different direction and I haven't been following it. So I decided, well, I need to update myself. So I put myself on a SMSTS, which is a manager's ticket, and I learned the trade, learned their different ways and how they see the sites and how they want their men to work and things like that. So giving myself that sort of knowledge knows that when I turn up on site, I know exactly what he wants, I know exactly how I need to be, and yeah, it worked for me. I think mental health is probably the biggest thing at the moment. You need to be aware of who you're working with and what they're going through as well, because that affects everything. If I've got a guy that's screaming with his missus all day long on the phone and he's not in the right place, I can't go and put him above people because it's not right. I need to keep him away. You come over there now, mate, I'll go and do that bit for you. But yeah, I think mental health is probably the biggest key. I think we need to make sure that everyone's talking and comfortable around each other. I suffer myself, I get anxiety attacks and everything when I'm turning up to sites. So I like to calm myself and make sure I'm there nice and early, get ready for the job. Oh yeah, 100%. Everyone's actually, they're talking. It used to be a front, and now it's not a front. It's more actually, you're telling each other how you feel. You're telling each other what's going on. Money problems, depression, babies, this, whatever. Everyone's actually talking, so it's good. There's a much more of morale in the team, and you're only as good as your team. Well, I think they need to be 100% assured that everything's going to be working fine. So if you stick to the law, then they've got no issues. In my opinion, they'll be much more relaxed. If you stick to your job, doing your job by the book and do it by the rules, then they shouldn't have any issues with you. So I've just done a contract which lasted 8 months. And it was the same site managers, the same clients, the same safety lot. It was the same, but I have to build a relationship with them. I have to build a rapport with them so they know that if I'm over there and it's a bit noisy, I'm not getting looked at, I'm not everyone watching me, they can trust me. You need to have trust. Everyone needs to trust each other. Otherwise the job becomes very hard work. I don't know, if you're sort of a bit lazy, then go into construction and do something. But if you actually want to do something, get into scaffolding. Only just liaising with them for what their specific jobs. I've just built a temporary roof for our roofing division, and the geezer come out and he went through things that I need this in place and I need that. So I adapted the scaffold to make it work for him so that his men can still work safely. I thrive best when I'm teaching someone. I feel like I get the best out of them and I get the best out of myself. I enjoy sort of showing someone how to do something and then looking at them later on and thinking, hey, they've done it. It sort of gives me a good little sort of buzz. I like to sort of know that I've had a part in people's careers as well. You've learnt from me, you've done well for me, you're sort of going well done. So yeah, it's a good feeling. I like to see a nice big lump up that looks neat and all finished and everything's perfect and I've had all the thumbs up from all my lads in the office. Then that to me, that's all I need. I'm happy with that. I take it back, I show me missus, I show me mum, everyone's happy, my kids have all got excited, it's good. But yeah, I take pride in what I do, so everything has to be perfect and I like that picture at the end. So I had the Serene Park which we done, which was a massive 8-month contract. It was about 8 lifts up and it went up, left, right, ins, outs, it was huge. But we managed to scaffold it perfectly. And everything looks neat, everything looks well done. I had my mate fly around it with a drone, I wanted the footage. It was really, really good. Coming up to a corner in my job that is not going to work with the design, I then have to sort of relate that message back to my management so they can alter the design. If the design takes a bit too much time and I get the green light to sort of say, well, if you carry on, you start building something and we can draw to you. If it works, and then that works for me as well. They encourage you to do your best, basically. So if you feel that you're confident and they're happy to support you, then bang, you're off. They want you working. So they don't want problems. You don't need to ring them up and cause them, there's satellite in the way or there's this in the way. Just adapt and overcome, do your problem, and then the management will have your back.